So today I have a really nice, juicy, slow flow for you in our month of remembrance. So a really nice, slow flow all about connecting back to self, creating space within the self, and letting go of any negative thought patterns, memories, habits, etc., so we can make space for our best self. So there's going to be a little bit less talking, allowing you the time and space to really tune inwards and focus in on your experience of the practice. So grab your mat and let's get going. So we'll just start in a seated position. So it can be cross-legged or kneeling, grabbing a prop to put underneath your bum to help lift up the pelvis and tilt yourself forwards if you feel like you're kind of dropping down back behind you. So just finding your seat, taking a moment to ground down. And then as you land, bringing your hands onto your knees, drawing your shoulders up, back, and down, and then just closing down the eyes. So just taking a moment to arrive in your space. Starting to bring your awareness into yourself, into your body, letting go of the day. Take a nice long inhale through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Long inhale through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. One more time, long inhale through the nose. And sigh it out through the mouth. Coming back to nice, even breaths. And on your next exhale, just allow your chin to drop down towards your chest. Stretching out through the back of the neck. Breathing here. Take an inhale, drop your left ear over to your left shoulder, stretching out through the right side of the neck. Option of staying here or bringing your left hand up to the top corner of your head and applying a little pressure, drawing your head down a little bit more towards your shoulder. And then slowly release your hand. Lower your head back towards the center line, and then inhale. Drop the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Take your right arm up, drawing the head down a little bit further, stretching out through the left side of the neck. Breathing into that stretch in the neck. On your next exhale, release the hand. Drop your head back through center, and then drawing it back upwards. So we're just going to do a little breath exercise before getting into our practice. So we'll inhale for a count of 4 and then exhale for a count of 4. And then we'll build up all the way to 7 and then come back to a normal breath. So close down the eyes. We'll take one inhale and exhale together to prepare. Long inhale through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Let's begin. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and release. Come back to normal inhales and exhales. And then in this moment of pause, of reflection, just bringing to mind 3 things about yourself that you're grateful for. Allowing them to be non-physical aspects, but things about your inner self. And just taking a moment to meditate on those. And then just calling to mind any negative memory or thought pattern or behavior that is no longer serving you and that you'd like to let go of. Tuning your awareness to whatever that is, acknowledging what it is without judgment, and then just letting that go. Slowly flickering open the eyes, allowing light to come back into your eyes, and then making your way over onto your mat into a child's pose. Dropping your heels down, your bum down to your heels, extending your arms down and dropping the forehead down, and then sweeping the arms back around, dropping them, palms facing upwards towards the sky. Close down the eyes. Inhale, expanding through the back, and exhale, sinking a little bit deeper onto your heels, onto the mat. Taking nice long breaths here. Let the breath fill up your entire body. On your next inhale, sweep the arms around, out in front of you. Keep the head down on the mat. Take a nice stretch out in front. Stretching out through the shoulders. And then inhale, walk your arms over to the right side. Stretching out through the left side body. Option of bringing that left hand on top of the right for a deeper stretch. On your next exhale, walk the hands back through center, taking a pause through center. Pressing the mat away, so stretching out a little bit further into the shoulders. And then inhale, walk your hands over to the left side. Again, option of bringing the right hand this time on top of the left for a deeper stretch through the right side body. Sending your breath, your energy towards the parts of the body where you're experiencing the stretch. And then walking your hands back through center, pausing in the center. Again, finding that stretch. And then walk the hands backwards a little bit, coming up into your all fours position, grounding down into both hands, tops of the feet on the mat. Grounding down, pressing the ground away. Ground down into your left hand. Inhale, sweep the right arm up towards the sky, twisting towards the right gaze, towards that right hand, breathing here. And as you exhale, thread that right arm through the hole with the left hand, not bringing the hand down onto the mat just yet. Just threading it through. Inhale, sweep the right arm up, twisting towards the right. Exhale, thread it through. One more time. Inhale, arm goes up to the sky. Exhale, thread it through. This time, dropping the arm down, drop the right ear down, release the left hand up towards the sky. Option of bringing it down to the middle of the lower back, or option of tucking that left hand in the right hip crease for a deeper stretch through the shoulder. And then closing down the eyes here, really tuning into the body, drawing that gaze inwards. Again, just noticing any recurring thought patterns as you move into different poses and seeing if we can change the script. Just being aware of those thought patterns is the first step. And then release that left hand down, press it into the mat, press yourself up, find in all fours. Pausing here, ground down into both hands, press into the tops of the feet, press your knees off the mat just 1 inch, holding here. And exhale, release. We'll take that over on the other side, grounding down into your right hand, sweep the left arm up towards the sky, gaze towards the left hand. And exhale, thread it through. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, thread it through. One more time. Inhale, take the left arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Drop that left hand down. Drop the left ear. Sweep the right arm up towards the sky. Option of staying here. Option of bringing the hand to the lower middle back. Option of tucking it in the left hip crease. Finding a deeper stretch through the shoulder. Breathing here, close down the eyes, tune inwards. And then slowly release. Drop that right hand back down, press yourself back up. Into an all fours, ground down into both hands, press into the hands, press into the tops of the feet, lift the knees up 1 inch off the mat, holding here. And exhale, release. Walk the hands forwards, roll yourself all the way down onto the mat. Readjusting yourself on the mat if you need to, and then bringing those elbows under your shoulders, keeping the forearms parallel to one another, grounding down into your palms, into the tops of the feet, Sphinx pose, gazing forwards. Neck is nice and long, chest is drawing forwards. Still engaging through the belly, so we're not letting that belly drop down. And then just take your gaze over to the right. Again, stretching out through the neck. And then take it over to the left. Bring your head back to center. Draw this left forearm towards the center line. Fold your right knee up so you're drawing your right heel over towards the bum. Reach your right arm around. Press your foot down towards your bum and then turn your fingertips towards the front of the mat. Stretching out through the quads, opening up through this right side of the chest, drawing your chest back forwards towards the front of the mat. And then slowly with control, allow that right foot to drop back down. Bring the right arm back, left forearm comes back in alignment. And then just pressing into your hands here, press yourself up. Find a kind of variation of seal here, gazing towards the front, being mindful of your lower back here, and then exhale, release. Pausing here, gazing forwards. Drawing that right forearm towards the center line now. Fold in the left heel, release the left hand back, press into the left heel, turn your fingertips towards the front of the mat, and draw your gaze back towards the front of the mat. Breathing here. And then slowly release that foot. Allow it to drop back down. Bring both forearms back parallel. Press into both hands. Press yourself up. Find that seal pose. Being mindful of the lower back. And exhale, slowly release. Take your arms wide, lower yourself all the way down. Take the arms out to the sides, either in cactus pose or straight out to the side. Your choice. Forehead down on the mat. And then start to roll over onto your right hip, pressing into your left hand. So we're opening up through the right shoulder, and then we're drawing this left leg back behind us, opening up over towards the right side, using this left hand as a support to allow for a deeper or lesser stretch. So just playing around with how deep you're coming here, feeling this in the shoulder, allowing the head to drop down onto the mat. And then rolling yourself back to center. Reset for a moment. And we'll take it over on the other side. So bring this right hand under the shoulder, rolling over onto the left hip. Releasing this right leg back around, drawing it into the direction of your left arm. Head is down on the mat. This right arm is used for varying the pressure. And then slowly rolling yourself back through center, pausing here. And then bring your hands directly under your shoulders, tuck under the feet, press yourself up through plank, find a downward facing dog. So just taking a moment before taking any movement in downward facing dog, just tuning into what you need right now in this moment. So taking that moment of self-inquiry, self-awareness. Maybe you want to walk out, pedal out through the feet. Maybe you want to take body waves, rolling yourself forwards and backwards. Maybe you want to take a nod or a shake of the head. Maybe you want to take your pedaling out a little bit deeper. Just asking your body, what do you need right now? And then once you've taken in whatever you need, coming back to find stillness in your downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right heel towards the sky. Exhale, draw it forward, plant the foot between the hands, lower the left knee down, sweep the arms up, finding a low lunge here. Grounding down into that right foot, pressing your hips forwards, finding a nice stretch. Breathing here. And then inhale, take the twist over to the right. Gazing back over that right arm. Breathing here. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, bowing forward, plant the hands, heel toe the right foot out to the outer edge of your mat. And then option of staying here, playing around with the distance of the back leg, maybe releasing it a bit further. Option of coming down onto the forearms. Allowing the head to drop. You can always bring a brick underneath the head to help support. And then again, just tuning back in. Maybe stillness is feeling good here. Maybe you want to take a little sway from side to side, opening up through the hip. Maybe you want to come up onto the hands and press into that right leg, opening up a little bit further. Maybe you want to bend up through the left leg, drawing it up towards your bum, stretching out through the quads here and the chest. Lots of options here. So everything that I'm saying is just an offering, tuning into your body right now in this moment and what it needs from you right now and from the practice. Slowly release that left leg. Plant both hands. Tuck under that back foot. Step the right foot back through plank. And your choice, you can take this into a vinyasa if you want something a bit more active, or you can lower down to the knees. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Taking 10 nice long breaths here. Tuning back into the body, noticing any changes as we go through the flow. Inhale, take your left heel towards the sky. Exhale to draw it forward, plant the left foot, lower the right knee, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Finding a low lunge here, grounding down into that front foot, drawing the shoulders down, pressing the hips forwards, finding a nice stretch. And inhale, take the twist over to the left, gazing towards that left hand. Inhale, take it back to center. Exhale, bowing forward, plant the hands, heel toe the left foot out to the outer edge of your mat, extending it at a slight 45-degree angle. Option of staying here or coming down to the forearms, allowing the head to drop. And then tuning back in. What do you need here? Stillness, a sway, maybe a deeper stretch coming up onto the hands, pressing into that left hip, left thigh. Maybe bending in this right leg, taking a hold of it, finding a stretch in the quad and opening up through the chest. And then exhale, release that left leg down. Right leg. Plant the left hand, tuck under the right foot. Press the left leg back through plank. Your choice, vinyasa or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, press it back, find a downward facing dog. 10 breaths here. And on your next inhale, come up onto the tiptoes, gaze forward, step towards your hands, find a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, bring your hands to fingertips or to the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ground down through the feet, sweep the arms up towards the sky, gaze follows. Exhale, drawing your hands down through the center line and down by your sides, finding Tadasana. Grounding down through the feet, taking the feet hip width apart or big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Engaging through the legs, drawing the shoulders up, back, and down. Tucking the tailbone slightly and just gazing forwards, close down the eyes. Tuning back into that connection with self. What do you want to let go of? What's no longer serving you? What are you releasing? Bring your hands to your hips and then take a big step back behind you and then turn the left foot in, or whichever foot you didn't step back, turning them in slightly pigeon-toed. Draw your shoulders back, draw your elbows in towards one another so you're opening up through the chest, gazing up slightly, and then exhale, bowing forwards, leading from the chest, finding a forward fold, either keeping your hands on the hips or bringing them to the ankles. Using your arms to draw you down a little bit further. And again, closing down the eyes. Option of taking a little micro bend in the knees here if you're feeling quite tight in the backs of the legs. As you find a little bit more space, see if you can take the fold a little bit deeper. And then bringing your hands towards center. Open up the feet so they're at a 45-degree angle. Maybe heel toe them in slightly so they're slightly wider than hip width. And then lowering your hips down to the mat. Find Malasana. Bring your hands together in prayer in front of heart center. Pressing your elbows into the insides of the knees. Drawing your chest forwards. Option of coming up onto a block under your bum to help lift. Find a sense of lift. Holding here. And then drop both hands down. Take this left arm out to the side. Sweep the right arm up, gaze towards that right hand. And exhale, release it down. Bring both hands back to center. This time take the right arm out to the side. Sweep the left arm up, gaze towards that left hand. And exhale, bring it back to center. Plant the hands. Sweep your bum up towards the sky. Heel toe the feet back together. Finding a forward fold. And then just stepping back towards the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift for fingertips or shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky, gaze follows. Exhale, draw them down through the center line and down by your sides, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, reverse swan dive, forward fold, plant the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step both feet back through a high plank. Your choice, take it through a vinyasa or lowering knees, chest, chin, all the way down to the mat. Inhale, press it up, baby cobra. Exhale, bow down, tuck the feet, press it back through, downward facing dog. Taking 5 breaths in your downward facing dog. Inhale, wave the body forwards and then lower yourself all the way down to the mat, releasing your arms by your sides, coming down onto the forehead. And then sweeping the arms around, create a little pillow for your head with your hands. Bend up this left knee, coming into half variation of frog pose, so 90-degree angle in the knee, flexing out through the foot. And then just closing down the eyes, allowing the breath to be nice and easy. Opening up through that left hip. Maybe playing around with the distance if you want a deeper stretch. So as we move towards these floor postures, really tuning that attention inwards. Notice what you're experiencing in the body, what's coming up in the mind. On your next inhale, release the head from the hands. Plant your hands directly under your shoulders. Press yourself up, bending up through that right knee, and then drawing this left leg forward, wrapping it around the right, and then walking yourself back, twisting out this right shin and lowering your bum down in between both feet. Just playing around with the distance of the feet. So we're in Gomunkasana, cow face pose. So I'll come here for you so you can see. So you can keep the legs out a little bit or you draw them in more for a deeper stretch. And then playing around with the placement of your bum. So making sure you can come down onto both hips. Grounding down through the hips with your thumbs. And then plant your fingertips growing up tall through the spine. Inhaling as you grow tall. And then exhale, start to bow yourself forwards. Walking your hands out in front of you. Just taking it as far or as high as you'd like, and then allowing the head to drop down, closing down the eyes. As you find a sense of release, See if you can take it a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, walking yourself back up to an upright position. And then slowly unraveling that right leg, drawing it back behind, coming back onto an all fours. And then walking those legs back behind and rolling yourself all the way back down to the mat. Creating that little pillow again, just taking a pause here. And then this time bending up that right leg, finding a 90-degree angle in the knee, flexing out through the right foot. Opening up through the right hip this time. Closing down the eyes if they're not already. Coming back to the breath. On your next inhale, release the head, plant the hands. Press yourself up, bending up through that left leg, wrapping this right leg around. And then walking yourself back, finding Gomunkasana on the other side. So dropping your bum back in between the feet, playing around with the feet to find something that's comfortable, making sure you can come down onto both hips. And then planting the hands down, growing up tall. And then walking yourself forwards. Bowing the head down. Seeing if you can find a little bit more space as the body releases. And then inhale, walking yourself back up to an upright position, unraveling the legs, this time coming back onto your bum. And then slowly rolling yourself all the way down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time. And as you hit the mat, bringing your legs up towards the sky, planting the palms down, maybe bringing a cushion or a block underneath your bum to lift the pelvis up. Just finding a position where you can be comfortable for a couple minutes. Viparita Karani, legs up against the wall. So really nice restorative posture, reversing the blood flow as we lift the legs up towards the sky. Option of coming into little ankle circles if that feels good. Otherwise, just staying in stillness and closing down the eyes. And then drop the left leg down as you bend up the right knee towards your chest. Interlace your hands around your right leg and draw it down towards your chest, stretching out through that right leg. And then taking a hold of the outer edge of your right foot, find a half happy baby here, flexing up that right foot as if you're stepping into the ceiling and using your arm to draw your right knee down towards the mat, drawing it to the outer edge of the right side of the body. Taking this left hand, ground down the left hip, and then again, just closing down the eyes. And then bend up that left leg. Take that right leg across the left thigh, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, flexing up through both feet and draw that left leg in towards your chest. Interlace your hands behind the left knee and then draw it in towards the chest, maybe pressing this right elbow into the right leg, opening up through the outer edge of the hip this time. And then maybe pressing that left leg in a bit more. Just taking it to where it still feels good, but you feel sensation. And then slowly release that left leg down. Unhook the right leg, plant it back down. Draw the knees back into the chest just for a moment, hug it in. And then take the legs back up to the sky. Finding that legs up against the wall, posture again. On your next exhale, this time drop the right leg, bend up the left knee. Interlace your hands around the left leg, finding that stretch. And then this time, taking a hold of the outer edge of the right foot, pressing it up towards the ceiling. Find half happy baby on the left side. Drawing that left knee down towards the ground. Grounding the right hip with your right hand. Closing down the eyes. And then draw the right knee up, cross the left ankle over the right leg. Flex both feet, draw the right knee up towards the chest, interlace the hands behind the right knee and draw it down towards the chest. Maybe using this left elbow against the left knee, opening up through the outer edge of that left hip. And slowly release that right leg. Unhook the left and then drop both knees into the chest, hug it in again. And then release the knees, take the arms wide, either straight out or cactus arms, depending on what you have space for. Exhale, slowly drop the knees over to the right side, finding a twist, and then bringing your head over to the left side, closing down the eyes if they're not there already. On your next inhale, draw your knees back through center. Taking a pause here. Long inhale and exhale, drop the knees over to the left side. Bringing your head over to the right, closing down the eyes. Inhale, bringing your knees back through center. Pausing there and then dropping them out long on the mat, setting up for our final resting posture, Shavasana. So taking your legs nice and wide on your mat, dropping the toes out to the side, releasing out through the ankles. Take the hands wide, palms facing towards the sky. Creating length through the back of the neck by tucking the chin slightly. Releasing out any tension through the face, through the jaw. Releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And then just allow yourself, again, in these moments to really let go and release, both in the body and in the mind. Starting to bring your awareness back into your body. And since you're at home, option of staying down on the mat for a longer Shavasana. Or if you're coming with me, start to wiggle out through the fingers and toes. Circling out through the wrists and ankles. And then drawing your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Draw your head up towards your knees. Hug everything in. And then keeping the eyes closed, roll yourself over onto the right side. Create a little pillow for your head with your arm. Just taking a pause here to really integrate your practice. Notice how you're feeling now. What's shifted since the beginning of practice. And then slowly in your own time, really nice and mindfully making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands one on top of the other at your heart space. And we'll close together with one round of breath. Inhale through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. May we find a sense of release of that which is no longer serving. Namaste. Thank you for tuning into this practice. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to know how you got on with it. So feel free to connect with me, and I will see you next time on the mat. Bye.